yet. This over here, this is our streetcar. So we've got a couple of these. Toronto has a pretty great transit system. We actually won an award for our transit system in 2011. So we have the subway system, we have the bus system, we have the train system, and then we have the streetcars, which are our most unique feature of the transit system here. Something which I refer to as condo land, which is where we are now. So these buildings are all fairly recent, and they can fit a lot of people into a very tiny amount of space within all of those, and they are exceedingly expensive. The big thing here is our $1 million condos for a very tiny amount of square footage. If you're lucky, you get access to a balcony. Now, just below us here, you can see Fort York. So, before this was the city of Toronto, it was the town of York, and it became the town of York because of Fort York. So Fort York was established prior to the War of 1812, and it played a pretty major role in the War of 1812. And I'm going to talk a lot about the War of 1812 because we are headed to Niagara, which is one of the most major places where the War of 1812 took place. And I do want to mention Fort York because I will continue to mention Fort York, and now you've seen it. It is the first of a couple of different forts that you'll see today. No, so they've sectioned off most of it as a museum, and a part of it is part of their armory and library. And over here, you can see what looks to be a soccer stadium in the back there. It actually is a soccer stadium, or football, for those of you who are not American or Canadian, except that we do also play Canadian football there, which is the Canadian Football League. It's a little bit, some of the rules are different than the American Football League. But
do they play in American teams?
No, so we have our own separate league, but a lot of the American players play in the CFL. Marion knows way more about this than I do.
Because I have to drive them. Many American players play on the CFL teams because that's how they get their start in their practice to move on to the NFL.
Yeah. So this stadium here is actually going to be used during the FIFA World Cup that's coming up, which is our current claim to fame with it.